Hello and welcome back to my channel at Makeup by Siobhan XX. Today we're going to be doing an autumnal look inspired by Plouise. So first I've just put some hydrating mist by Superdrug, and now I've just put a primer on by The Ordinary. I sometimes use primers, sometimes I don't, depending on how my skin feels. It felt quite dry, so hence why I use both of them products. Next I'm going to be taking MAC Select Cover Up on a 242, and I'm just going to be putting that all over my eyes as the base. I'm not using it as a concealer, I'm only using it as a base only. And then I'm just going to be using the 252, and I'm just going to pat that product on so it will set. And I'm just loosely going to be carving out the brows, going over some hairs just to give it a sharp edge. And now I'm just going to do the same on the other side. So pat the product on with the 242. Once you've got how much product you want on, I use the 252 then to pat it out and blend it in. Do take a couple of minutes doing this. You'll feel the texture of cover up change once it's set. Be careful not to overwork the product as well, because it is quite thick. And with it being quite thick, I would also take a fluffy blending brush and blend the edges out like what I'm doing here. That was just with the Morphe R36. Now I'm going to be taking MAC Dip Down, and I'm going to take, I can't remember which brush this is. It is a angled MAC brush. I think it's, I actually can't remember what one it is. So it is just an angled brush. 208, that's it. It's just come to my head. And I'm going to be using that product on the back of my hand just so it moves around a bit easier. And then I'm just going to do upward strokes just in the direction of the hairs. And then I'm going to brush that product through the hairs, and now I'm just shaping the tail. I don't really like a long tail, and I don't like it razor sharp. That's just my preference. I do like a fade at the beginning. I've just used a spoolie there to spread the product out, and there again, just so I've got a nice natural fade. And now I'm just going around the top of the brow again with Select Cover Up and NW15, just so it gives a clean edge around the top. I'm not going to be putting too much of this product on. It's just so it gives it a nice clean edge. And then I'm just going to keep it on the other side. Always remember to go in the direction of the hairs on the natural brow. I do flip between two brushes doing this. One is smaller and one is larger. It really does just depend on what area I'm doing. And on the final cleanup, I recommend you put the product closest to the brow line and then pull down. That way you get a clean edge. And now I'm just bringing the product down on my lash line and blending that out. And I'm just putting some product in the middle and blending out. And again, I'm just going across the top of the brow. I did put a little bit too much on, but that's looks okay. I've just blended it out again. Just go over the eyes with your finger, so you just to know that that concealer is set, as you will feel it kind of go a little bit sticky. Now we're taking Vapor by Masca on a 224. I really do love this colour. The Masca shadows do blend beautifully. And now I'm just going to put a lot of product on, and I'm just going to blend that out, doing window wipe motions. I was gonna do this quite rounded, and then I thought no, I do want it to look quite sharp, so now I'm looking for the tape. It wasn't anywhere near as I had to go and get my boyfriend to go and get it, and now we've got it. So when you do put the tape on, make sure you go under the lashes and put it at an angle you want, where you want your eyeliner to set as well. So don't be frightened to pack on that product. You do want it quite vibrant. And this is going to be your first blend. And now I'm just repeating that on the other side. Remember, this tutorial is inspired by plouise. Go and have a look at their Instagram, plouise_makeup_academy. And now I'm taking the Masca Demon, and I'm going to be taking that on a 217. I did pick the 217 up and I put it on, and it wasn't quite what I wanted, so I changed the brush, and I think I ended up picking up a 221 by Plouise. And we're just putting that colour lower than the last shade, which was Vapor. I had to put it. You want to still be able to see that last shade, and this is your second blend. Now remember to go back in with your previous shade, which of course is Vapor, and you want to try and keep your brushes to each shade if you can. So my 224 is my Vapor, my Zoeva 221 is my Demon shade. And the reason again why we're doing this is we don't want to lose any pigmentation of the previous colour. And now we're going in with Brown Script by MAC, and we're taking that on a MAC 221. And again, we're going to do this a lot lower than the previous stage, which was Demon. And now with this brush being smaller, you can concentrate that right into the crease, and I'm making that quite rounded. Always round off towards the tape. And then I'm just repeating this on the other eye. Obviously this video is sped up, but I do take most of my time blending. Really concentrate that colour right into the crease. This is going to add a lot of depth to the eye. And the next shade we're going to use, this is Film Noir, and this is a blush. It's not actually an eyeshadow, but they do apply beautifully on the eye. So as I said, we're just going to use that MAC 221 and concentrate that on the outer corner. And then we're just going to do the same on the opposite eye. Really work that into the crease. And remember, you want to work the product around to the tape. You don't want to drag it across, you want to work it around in a C kind of shape. That 221 brush is one of my favourites because it is so small and it gets everywhere. Now we're going back in with Demon by Lamasca on the Zoeva 221, because for every step forward we want to go backwards in the same step so we don't lose any pigment. And now we're going back with Vapor. It's just a case of repeating every step backwards as you move forwards. This technique has changed my blending game. And now we're going to take Select Cover Up and we're going to carve out the cut. Now with this you do really need to take your time. What I suggest you do is you dip your brush, this is the 242, and I suggest you dip down the product, get quite a bit of product on, and just slowly edge that brush up and around. Because of the shape of the brush, it's rounded already, so you should get quite a good rounded shape. Once you've got the shape, as you can see now, I'm just taking a flat Zoeva brush and I'm just going to blend that edge of the concealer out because we don't want any harsh lines. We want it to look faded. We want everything to look as seamless as possible. And now we're just going to repeat that on the other side. So we'll get that product on, get the round shape. Just take your time with it, there's absolutely no rush. If you need to pause, do that. And remember, we also need this product to set a little bit. So do pat down a little bit, and again we're just blending them edges out. You go back in with the 221 which you've just seen, and that's just to blend the edge which you've just seen. We want everything to look blended. Now we're going back in with the same 242, just wipe it off on a cotton pad, and we're going in with Gesso by MAC, and that's just going to go right on the inner corner. This is going to help with setting, but it's also going to let that inner corner pop. And now on the opposite side of the brush, get Orb by MAC, and then on the other side get Gesso. So you've got one colour on one side, one on the other, and then you can just flip between them. And now I'm just pressing Orb on the next part of the eye, and always go back to the first colour so you can get the gradient effect. And now we're just going to blend them edges together. And now I'm going to take a Peaches and Cream pigment. If you've not looked at them, have a look at them. Just Google Peaches and Cream, their pigments are amazing. They are about $6.95 and you get a lot of product. This one is called Pearl. It's kind of got a gold with a peachy reflect. It is beautiful. And to apply this, I quite like using lash glue, although you could use wet concealer, but as I said, I like to use lash glue. Now just taking a cheap brush, we're just going to pop that lash glue on the inner corner and just give it a couple of seconds just so it goes a bit tacky, and then we're going to put those pigments on. If I didn't say it, the pigment is called Pearl. And then we're just going to repeat that on the other eye. They do have a lot of pigments, and they've got another one that's just came out that's called Mermaids, and it's very similar to MAC Reflects Teal. They are amazing. I prefer the Peaches and Cream over my MAC pigments. and then just pull them pigments across over the lid, over all. But you want it to stop before you get to the film noir shade. And now we're going to take Kat Von D tattoo liner, and now obviously because I've got the tape on it, I can be really quite messy with this. It is a really good tip. I start at the top and I just drag the brush across, and then I fill in the tiny corners with the tip. I would recommend the tape technique to anybody if you're struggling with doing your wings. You will get a nice clean sharp edge. It's really good if you're doing it for quickness. Obviously I was using to frame the eyeshadow as well. And now I'm going to take Blackout on a 168 brush. No, it was a 208. It's an angled MAC brush. And I'm just going to pack Blackout by Urban Decay on top, and it just sets it and it makes it ultra black and ultra matte. And there you go, I've took the tape off and it is really sharp. Be careful with this black because it is the most pigmented black I've ever worked with, so just be careful with it. And now we're going to do the upper part of the eye. Again, we're going to use that as a cover concealer and just make it. You don't have to use tape techniques, so you can flip that up and pop it around. On the same brush. Take it a little bit closer towards the lash line because we want to be able to see each stage of the makeup. And now we're taking brown stick and pushing that as close to the lash line as possible. using the Morphe R36 brush. This is one of my favourite foundation brushes, although it isn't. I think it's a highlighting brush, but it works very well for foundation. My shade in the foundation is Shell. I am very pale. I do really like this brush because it is quite small, so it gets in between my brows, around my brows, up into my temple without getting too much in my hair. And again, I'm just putting this on. This is inspired by Plouise. If you haven't heard of that, you really need to look. They do live courses, so you're able to do some courses from the comfort of your own living room. I highly recommend them. If you're not on the Facebook group, have a look at Plouise Takeover. And now I'm just making sure that that foundation is set and just buffing it in with this Zoeva brush. I can't remember the number of it. Might be the 103, I'm not too sure. And now I'm taking MAC Dark Tan Mineralized Skin Finish. Now you would probably think this is too dark, but it is literally all about how much pressure and how much product you put onto that brush. I'm using the MAC 168 to do this with, and I'm only wanting to put a tiny bit on because, as I said, I am very pale. I don't want to look dirty, but I don't want to look very pale either. Because I'm ghostly. And now for the lips, I'm taking Jeffree Star. No, I'm not doing my lips. That was confusing. I'm doing my highlight. Way to go confuse myself. This is from the Nutcracker collection, and I'm just popping that on a Spectrum fan brush. The shade is Tutu. It is a beautiful light pale gold, and I'm just popping that on the Cupid's bow as well. And now I'm doing my lipstick, and this is Jeffree Star Unicorn Blood, and I'm just taking that on a MAC lip brush. I have a tiny top lip, so I find most applicators are too big for my lip, or I haven't got a steady enough hand to use it because of how big it is, so I'm just using a small lip brush. With the Jeffree Star lipsticks, I don't feel like I need to put a liner on. If I was using a MAC lipstick, I would definitely put a liner on about now. I never really pick up this shade either, but it is literally perfect for autumn. And now, obviously you can't really see too well, but I have made a little bit of a mistake, so I'm just going to correct that with concealer on the 242 brush and just sharpen them edges around the bottom lip. This is another really good technique, especially if you have a little bit of a wobbly hand. On anybody else, I'm fine. On myself, I'm a nightmare. And that is this look complete. Give it a thumbs up if you like, and if you can, subscribe. Bye.